Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Planes, Trains, and Comic Books channel. My name's Matt, and today we're going to review Not All Robots #1. But before we get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff, it really helps me out and lets me know what you guys want to see on the channel. So with that said, let's get straight into this thing. All right, so this is the cover. We got Not All Robots by Mark Russell, Mike Deodato Jr., and Lee Lothridge. It is an AWA comic. I've never really read anything from them before. But this cover and just I don't know, the idea that I read, like the little blurb about it, intrigued me. So since it was first issue, I figured it was a good thing to go through. So I like the cover though. It just looks like the worst Thanksgiving ever. We start off in Bubble Atlanta in the year 2056, and this is a world where robots now control everything for humans. Like humans have given up all their work to robots, but in return, like basically robots control everything. So humans are just like at home all day, not doing anything, not really having fun. Most of them are worried that the robots are going to kill them. And the robots are not really appreciative of it. We see, there's like this talk show going on where it's like human obsolescence. Is it a good thing? And the robot's like, of course it is. And of course, the robots have great names. Lord Crush. This basically reminded me of Futurama, as far as like kind of the like kill all humans. Just like the way that they act towards humans and each other. Like they all have jobs and everything, and they hate working. The robots do, but they're like, I got to support for my human. Like so like resent humans for having to do the work that humans built them for, and that they hold over humans of why they're needed. Like they basically their argument is, well, we do everything for you, and you couldn't do anything on your own without us. They say the only job that humans can do is hairdresser, and then there's a great panel here where they're like, I mean, except for hairdresser, you just see this robot like, please hold extremely still, and the lady's like, I've changed my mind, I don't want a haircut, and there's like knives and shit coming out of their hands. So that's like, what society is that right now? Basically, it's what everybody's scared about. Robots and AI are stealing our jobs, or have taken our jobs, and we are now at their mercy, but also we don't do anything. So it seems like we're kind of like the ruling class, but we aren't, because we also are kind of held prisoner by the society that is controlled by the robots. And apparently, the big argument against humans taking control is that we killed the planet with having freedom. And so basically, it's better for us to not have freedom and let the robots take control of everything, because we'll just fuck it up. Then we get introduced to the Walters. They're the main family in this first issue. And this is like where we find all the weirdness about humans and robots. So basically, each human family has a robot that is assigned to their house, and they're like, oh, why do we have to pretend like we care about Razorball? The name of their robot is Razorball for some reason. And and they're just like, we don't like him, he doesn't like us, why do we have to pretend? And he's like, the dad's like, I don't know, maybe because he puts food on the table. Like there's no gratitude, he goes to work hard every day. So basically that's how the dad's arguing. But the robot is like that when he comes home. They're like, oh, how was your day, good day at work? And he's like, no, the answer is always no, just leave me alone. We find out that Razorball works at the Mandroid factory, and Mandroids are like this new type of robot that are coming out, and they're basically robots that are made to look more like humans, to put humans more at ease, because as we find out, there's actually been incidents of robots freaking out and killing people and whatnot, killing their humans that they live with. We see at the factory, there's like Razorball is talking to his friend, and his friend is like, hey, I don't know why you like fret over these humans so much, because Razorball is like, I don't know what to do, my family is always not liking me, and I am so like in despair with this job, and how like they don't like me and I don't like them, and I don't know what's going on. He's like, I hate it at work and I hate it at home. He's basically like Al Bundy or something. His friend robot's like, well, why do you even care? Why don't we just take out that empathy chip out of your skull, and then you won't care about humans, and it'll be great. So we already see that the robots are kind of like able to, if they can take out the empathy chips, maybe that's going to be a problem, kind of thing. And I mean, his friend even shows him like, oh, look at these idiots over at Disneyland. Like, we create everything for them, and all they want to do is go to these stupid theme parks and have fun. Razorball finds out as he's talking to the humans that he works with that the robots that are in the houses now will get replaced by these mandroids that look more human. So he's like, but my family, what's going to happen to us? And like, I don't know, you'll go somewhere else. Don't worry about it. We actually see one of the incidents they're talking about of a robot killing the human family, and it's like the police robots come and they're talking to the suspect robot who's covered in blood, and he's like 011101111, and then the cop robots are like, we saw no evidence of criminal activity. Silly humans. Like, so basically cops are corrupt because robot cops are going to be side with the robots. And basically the Walters are getting more and more fearful of Razorball because he is like, so distant with them and like doesn't try to bond to them at all, that the wife is like, I'm scared he's going to like murder us like that one robot murdered his family. She goes to the Inhuman Resources department to talk to them about, maybe getting a new robot. And they're like, oh, has your robot ever shown any violent tendencies? And then we see like a little flashback of Razorball actually putting his hands on the dad, and dad's like, stop, you're hurting me. But she lies and says, no, he's fine. And they're like, well, we can't really do anything for you if there's no violence. And then luck would have it that Razorball and his friend, as they're talking about how, Razorball really needs to not care about his humans as much and fuck them, and we should kind of overthrow all the humans anyway. Razorball sees his human, and he's like, why was she in there? She must be thinking about getting rid of me. And he's like, I mean, I have to try to be a better robot. What other choice do I have? So that's kind of the main crux of this issue is, just the introduction of the world where humans are now, it's weird because like I said, they're the ruling class because they don't do anything, but also they are held prisoner by the robot society that controls everything about their lives. And I'm not going to go further. There's some more here, and I don't want to spoil the like main crazy reveal at the end of this. So, but it has a really good ending that makes you want to continue reading for sure. So that was Not All Robots #1. And I got to say, it was a really fun story. The comic was solid. The art was really good by Mike Deodato Jr. And yeah, I really liked it. You can see there was like a little bit of political stuff in there, but that actually made me think of like 2000 AD, where like the world is, there's just a desert wasteland or a nuclear wasteland or something outside of these bubble cities, these mega cities, you might say. And but yeah, and then like I said, the rest of the world kind of felt like Futurama, where the robots all have personalities and they talk to each other, and I don't know, it just had like a cool, interesting feel to it. And so I'm definitely going to check this out more once the other issues come out. So I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. It was definitely a strong start to the series, and I really want to see what happens as the robots and the human tensions increase. So definitely go check that one out. It's a recommend by me. So with that, we'll see you guys on the next one.